guys know any Nancy's? Probably not, because they're dead. Yeah. But my family doesn't call me Nancy, though. They still use my Vietnamese name. Young Ho. My cousin, though, he did not get an English name like me. My aunt and uncle are very proud Vietnamese people. They love the meaning of his name. It means good fortune. In Vietnamese, you would pronounce it Phuc. In English, it is Phuc. Phuc. Yeah, so he doesn't use his offensive first name. He uses his middle name, Dat. His full name is Phuc Dat Ho.
I've got another friend and she doesn't like her body. She's like, oh, I hate my body. Look at my body. Like, look at me. I'm on the itty bitty titty committee. And I hate it when women go around complaining about being on the itty bitty titty committee. Like, for example, you don't see me going around complaining about being on the teeny weeny sex offender register.
I do carry a suicide note just in case. Not for me. It's just in case I hit someone with my car. Oh my God! Are you okay? Put that in your pocket. I don't know what happened, officer. They just jumped right out in front of me. Check their front left pocket, though. Maybe there's a clue.
I love tattoos, but what comes down to it, I think I love most about them is there's only two kinds. There's two kinds of tattoos. You know, you have tattoos that have like a deep personal meaning to the person, and then you have tattoos that don't suck. Those are your two kinds. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging you if you have a tattoo with deep personal meaning, but I am speaking for everyone when I say if your tattoo comes with a paragraph, no thank you, we're good. Right? Sorry about your grandma. I just thought snakes were pretty cool, so.
I don't always love telling people out in the world that I do stand-up comedy because sometimes they say weird things. My roommate recently brought her friend home, this guy, and he said to me, oh, hey, I hear you do stand-up comedy. No offense, I just don't find female comedians funny. Yeah, like to my face, I was like, what? Okay. But then I remembered she told me about this guy. I remembered what I knew about him, and I was like, aren't you a male nurse? Thought if there was like one group of people that would get it. Yeah. So then I just said to him, I was like, well, no offense to you, I just don't find that male nurses have big dicks.
National Geographic, you know, they apologized a couple years ago for how they depicted Africans in all their programming. Because, yeah, they did that. And because when you think about it, we were the only humans on National Geographic. It was just animals and Africans. Africans and animals. We're just on there holding it down for the humans on National Geographic. We're just a double platinum with no features on National Geographic. Like, yeah, that was it, man. That's just what it was. And hey, if you saw the TV guide, you're flipping through the magazine, what did you see? What? Penguins, elephants, niggas, dolphins. Like, that's just what it was.
Now, you can always tell who the potheads are. Like, I stopped at the drive-thru on my way here because I had the munchies really bad, and I could tell that the guy taking my order was a pothead without even seeing him. I just had to hear his voice come through the little voice box because I ordered chicken nuggets, and then, instead of asking me what kind of sauce I would like for dipping, all I heard through the voice box was just, do you like sauce? And he could tell that I was a pothead because I responded with, yeah, I do like sauce. Thank you for asking. And then I didn't get any sauce.
Well, if I were a lesbian, my dream girl might be someone like you. Yes. You are gorgeous. What's your name? Amber? Amber, is your man good at going down on you? Oh, Amber. I sense the slight hesitation there. Maybe I can give you my phone number later. Sorry, sir. What's your name? Richard? Well, Richard, Amber couldn't answer if you are good at going down on her or not. So I'm curious. What's your go-to move? Okay, Richard, obviously you do this. But do you do this circular motion? Richard! Get your shit together.
You guys want to hear the engagement story? It's super romantic. Basically, he was in Australia and I was here, and moments after he boarded the 16-hour flight to get here, his grandma wrote on his Facebook wall, "Hope she says yes."
I don't actually feel like any pride when it comes to being gay. Just because, like, being attracted to men is the worst thing that can happen to someone. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Being attracted to men, it really sucks.
My friend gave me a great tip for stealing. He taught me that a 5-pound family-size lasagna costs the same amount as 5 pounds of onions if you do self-checkout. Do you guys know that? That's all you gotta do, self-checkout. It works great. Dude, when I'm at self-checkout, I'm like Gwen Stefani. I'm like, this shit is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Works great.
My girlfriend is, she's pretty small. We're both in our 30s, but she's very small. She's only about 72 pancakes tall, so she's pretty short. And she looks 30, but being that small, she gets mistaken for being younger than she is sometimes. Like one of our first dates, we went to a restaurant, and we both ordered drinks. And they checked her ID, but they didn't check mine. She was pretty upset. And I was like, okay, big deal. So they think you're young. They think I'm a pervert. They only checked your ID to know whether to call the cops on me. I'm not mad. It's a problem. I think 2 Girls, 1 Cup was kind of like porn's 9/11. Do you know what I mean? There's definitely a before and after both of those events. People talk about seeing that video the same way they talk about 9/11. They're like, I was 15 years old. I'll never forget where I was that day. I can still picture the horror. My buddy's older brother screaming, "Oh my God, get in here, you've got to see this." His little brother was crying. We told him it'd be okay, but we didn't know. People talk about those 2 women like they're the Twin Towers. For real, they're like, when you saw the first one, you thought, oh my God, there's been a terrible accident. But when you saw the second one, you knew this was no accident.
It's been more than 15 years since I moved to Canada, but I still have a Japanese accent. The Japanese language doesn't have the R sound, so R is difficult for me. You have no idea. how frustrating it is.
My day job, I actually work with people with special needs. Thank you, yeah. I work in construction.